Well, that's Vigo. Mr. Vigo! Vigs, would you look this way, please?
No,
All right, you know what? Give me angry. Will you give me angry if you've had a bad day? You're cranky? Good. Ooh, angrier. Ooh, I'm scared. You're scaring me. Stop it. Yeah. Good. Okay, walk for me. Talk for me. Yeah. Okay, give me hot and sexy. Can you do it? Oh, you can. Oh, boy. Show me some teeth. Come on. I bet the girls like you, huh? Huh? The girls? To the guys? Bet they both do, huh? Huh? What about the animals? Do they like you? That's it. More. Yeah, come on. You're big. All right, destroy me. Destroy me now. Yeah. Destroy me. Yeah. Give it. I've worked with better, but not many. Thank you.
Well, the first episode of The Penguin turned out to be one hell of a good show. Honestly, I forgot the show was coming out. I remember hearing about it around the time that Batman came out on Blu-ray, but I didn't pay much attention to it. I saw the teaser trailer a while ago, and I thought the show looked interesting, but I never followed up on it. So I didn't expect it to drop anytime soon, let alone in the middle of September on a Thursday, and it's even weirder that the next episode doesn't come out till 10 days later. I've never seen anything like that before. Fortunately, the first episode is awesome. The show is set 1 week after the events of the Batman and deals with the fallout from Carmine Falcone's murder. I'm going to do some mild spoilers just to set things up, but I'll stay away from the big reveals. Oswald Cobb, they've shortened his last name, breaks into what's left of the Iceberg Lounge to get Falcone's materials on various power players in Gotham, but he gets caught by Falcone's son Alberto. Al is the heir apparent to Falcone's empire and a recovering drug addict. Oz decides to play Al, pretending to side with him, and gets him drunk and high off drops, the current hot drug. Eventually, Al reveals his plans to bring a new drug to Gotham and his desire to be as powerful as his father. But when Oswald shares a story about a respected mob boss and his clear desire to be like that man, Alberto laughs at him, so Oz shoots him. No hesitation. Then he realizes what he's done and the holy hell he's brought onto himself. That opening scene sets the tone for the show, revealing how Oz deals with situations, how he maneuvers in Gotham's underworld, and probably how he got all those scars. He acts impulsively, but he's also smarter than people think. He kind of plans ahead, which we see later in the show when he gets caught and it looks like he's done for, but his pre-planned backup arrives to confuse the hell out of everyone. Again, I'm not going to spoil it, but it's pretty damn clever. That said, Oz isn't without his faults. He drives a very expensive plum-colored car that's really hard to forget, and that will bite him in the ass later. While he's leaving the iceberg, he spots some kids stealing his hubcaps and catches one of them. He probably would have killed him, but as a kid, Victor pleads for his life. He keeps stuttering, and it seems like the kid's disability makes Oz rethink his actions. Instead, he makes Vic help him dispose of Al's body. We see another side of Oz as Victor drives his car. He randomly starts talking about his super-duper awesome air freshener. He brings up a slushie or some drink from a corner store and mixing all the flavors together. And this is moments after he shot and killed a man and almost killed Victor. It almost makes him look sociopathic until Victor is done helping him and Oz grabs a crowbar and tells the kid to turn around. That whole thing wasn't Oz just being nice. He was also lowering the kid's guard. Vic manages to convince Oz to spare him and becomes his new driver, but with the way this went down, there's always a question of whether Oz is just waiting for a time where he has to kill the kid. There are a couple other moments in the episode like this, where we see Oz's kindness might actually be a ruse. I love the way this is set up because it goes back to showing that even though Oz is impulsive, he's not stupid. He's clever, he's cunning, and he does plan ahead. Colin Farrell nails this performance. You can see elements of the gangster pastiche in his acting, but the cool part is that this is something that Oz would probably do, that he would play up these tropes just to fit in. To say that Colin Farrell is lost in the character is an understatement. I would never think this was Colin Farrell under all that makeup. This is a totally different person. The look alone sells it, and it's got to take one hell of a long time to put on all those prosthetics. I gotta wonder that if at one point the producers were like, you know, we could save some time if you just put on like 50, 60 pounds. And Colin was like, listen, I'm not getting fat. We're going to do the 6 to 7 hour makeup and then get it down to 4 or 5. And then I'm going to go on set, but I'm not getting fat. Yeah, but Christian Bale did it. We got a nude scene in here and you're gonna have to put on a full body fat suit. If you just put on 60, 70 pounds. Listen, I will get so lost in this character you'll need a searchlight and a rescue dog to find me. But I'm not getting fat. Yeah, but you could win an Emmy. I'm gonna win an Emmy. I'm gonna win all the Emmys. But I'm not getting fat. It probably didn't go down that way, but the man is given a hands down great performance and doing it buried under tons of prosthetics. The show also takes the time to show you that while Oz is a bad guy, you can start to see how he became this way. We get glimpses of this in his apartment and later when he goes to visit his mother. He didn't always look like this, although he did have the bum leg. Oswald is a man who's playing a role and paying the price, but also seems to be winning. Now, while this is a great introduction, I don't think this would work over all 8 episodes for the season. At some point, his character will need to be honed, otherwise it'll come off as a gimmick. But right now, it's working. The episode also sets up another major player, Sophia Falcone, Carmine's daughter and Alberto's sister. She pops up when Oz is summoned to the Falcone estate. The family tells Oz that they're taking his business and moving it to a different neighborhood, so in an attempt to keep his power, Oz spills the beans about Al's plan right as Sophia walks in, and it's obvious from the moment that she's on screen that just from that little slip, she probably knows what he did. She's also fresh out of Arkham Asylum, apparently having gone on a killing spree, garnering the name the Hangman. That's a nice nod to her character from Batman Dark Victory. We also find out that Oz sold her out to Carmine, and that's why she wound up in Arkham. So not only does she suspect Oz of having something to do with her missing brother, but she's also got a grudge, and she might be crazy. Scratch that. By the end of the episode, you know she's full on cray-cray. The rest of the episode is built around her trying to figure out what happened to Al, and Oz trying to maneuver his way around her, the Falcones edging him out of his racket, and using Salvatore Maroni, someone Falcone double-crossed, against the Falcones, all in a bid to become the king of Gotham's underworld. It's a great setup, and apparently the aftermath of the show will lead directly into the Batman sequel. Hopefully it won't be to the point where if someone didn't watch The Penguin, the film won't make sense. That was one of the reasons I never got into the Marvel movies. I don't like the idea of having to watch 20 other movies for one movie to make sense. Speaking of the Batman film, the show maintains the Batman's tone and grounded nature. Supposedly there will be a Bruce Wayne cameo, but no Batman. The show barely mentions Batman or the Riddler, so I'm guessing the show won't deal much with the superhero aspect of Gotham. This episode plays out like a crime or gangster drama, so that makes sense. That said, I do wonder if the mystery drug Alberto Falcone mentioned might be related to other Batman villains, like Scarecrow or Joker. I doubt it, but it would be a way for the series to remind people that this is technically a Batman show. So far, I'm liking this. There's way more to talk about the show, but I don't want to spoil it for anyone, at least not for the first episode. I want people to watch it for themselves and enjoy, because it's definitely worth watching. If you like crime dramas or gangster stories, you'll probably like The Penguin. For the follow-up reviews, though, I'm just going to talk about it and warn people about the spoilers, because I got a feeling this show is going to get wild, especially since it's only 8 episodes, so it'll be impossible to really review it without spoiling anything. But what do I know? I'm just some guy.